Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment, Inspirit Nutrition. How many times a day should I be shitting? Let's get it popping. The truth is, there's no definite answer about how many times a day you should be shitting or defecating or using the restroom. Why? Because each human body is different. But I will give you this response. You should be using the restroom, defecating, pooping, boo-booing, however you use it in your language or in your lingo, for how many times you eat per day. So, a healthy colon, healthy GI system has a certain amount of bacteria, gut bacteria that keeps the system, thriving, healthy, fights off bad bacteria. It has a lot of white blood cells. Most of your white blood cells are actually focused in the GI tract because that's where most things enter the human body, is through the GI tract. That's where most pathogens, most viruses, everything, not everything, but a large majority of it is entered through the GI tract. Okay. A healthy working system digests well, it eliminates waste well, and it works through the proper diet, proper motion, and physical activity, but mostly through those two combinations. Proper diet, including water, plant-based foods that have a lot of fiber, insoluble, and then physical activity, moving, stretching, dancing, climbing, jumping, falling, sprinting, all of that we used to do out in nature. So with those considered, when you have that in order, that's normal. You would be pooping, taking a dump, crapping, using the restroom after every time you consume food. So nowadays, I'm eating healthy, I'm eating plant-based foods. I poop often. After every meal, it's a nice flow. There's some people who don't poop every other day. They use the restroom every other day, every once a week. This is called constipation. I just produced a video about how to easily eliminate constipation. If it's more extreme, we can do a private consult, dive in deeper, and we can give you a specific formula, specific nutrition prescription on how to get rid of constipation, how to treat it. But generalized constipation, the other one I produced, how to easily eliminate rid yourself of constipation, it'll work fine. So yeah, basically, if you're drinking the proper amount of water, eating right, you should be pooping 3 times a day. If you're eating 3 times, if you're eating 2 times a day, you should be pooping 2 times a day. If you're eating 1 time a day, you should be pooping once a day. To add to that, a lot of men, and American men, men in the first world or non-third world countries, G20, the first world countries, basically, they're having a prostate and colon cancer. Colon cancer is linked to, a lot of times, to the overconsumption and generalized consumption of red meats. These rot and waste in the system. Any meat that is decomposing muscles and decomposing flesh of animals. So any meat is decomposing. It's rotting, period. If it's the animal's dead and the life force is out of it, it begins to decay, it begins to rot. So when I say that, it's not something extreme that I'm saying, it's scientific, it's just strict. So you're consuming these foods like red meat, and that doesn't have any fiber. It impacts the GI tract. It causes constipation. A lifetime of that later on can cause colon cancer. So a generalized healthy diet, lower in red meats, higher in grains, higher in cruciferous vegetables, higher in fresh fruits, things like that, juices, water, you're going to be pooping correctly. You want to avoid colon cancer. You don't want to go down that route. So drink you some water, eat you some plant-based foods. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. How many times a day should I be shitting? 3 if you're eating 3 times. 2 if you're eating 2 times, you're eating 1 time. What if you're having 6 small meals a day? You should be having 6 small shits a day. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Peace and blessings.